Only just about a month and a half into the season, the Boston Red Sox are ready to make a couple blockbuster trades. They're going to be dealing Chase Headley and BJ Upton for Evan Longoria and Chris Carter in a deal that gives them a production upgrade and a long-term upgrade at third base, with Longoria being locked in for another 9 years or so. And then they're going to trade Nick Markakis, Byron Buxton, and Clay Buchholz for Giancarlo Stanton, Craig Gentry, and Ernesto Frieri. Frieri and Gentry really being throw-ins more than anything else. Stanton was the big piece in this deal, obviously more of a long-term option than Markakis. And to fill Buchholz's spot, we're going to trade pretty much 3 more prospects for Brett Anderson, a young left-handed pitcher who played really well for the Oakland A's for the second half of the season last year after coming back from an injury. Hopefully he can be a long-term piece for this team. And we're about to witness his Red Sox debut. Here are a couple other minor trades. We traded the prospect for Dan Straley to be a potential 6th starter, with Cologne and Carpenter rapidly on the decline. We also traded for Mitch Moreland. We ended up dealing Darren Oliver and Peter Moyland. So Mitch Moreland will be a guy who will platoon with that DH spot with Chris Carter. Moreland probably getting more starts against righties, Carter probably against lefties. We're also going to sign Jason Giambi and send Ernesto Mejia down to AAA, so Giambi takes his spot. So a lot of moves for this team, and we're going to be going up against the second-ranked team in the game, the Cleveland Indians. We are the first-ranked team, and Cleveland, a very, very good team. They're going to be throwing out who looks like their ace, Cole Hamels. We're going to be throwing out Brett Anderson, so a matchup of 2 southpaws. And I'll talk about the trades for a little bit. Longoria, just a bit of an upgrade over Headley, and giving up Upton allows more playing time for Lorenzo Cain in center field. And then to fill that DH spot, we're going to end up getting Chris Carter as a throw-in, basically. And getting Giancarlo Stanton, just add another big bopper in our lineup. We give up Markakis and a few other good players like Buchholz, but we get Brett Anderson as another trade for a bunch of prospects. So we really dealt away a lot of our farm system, which is one of the strategies I do when I do fantasy drafts. But anyway, so talking about this gameplay, we're going up against the Cleveland Indians. As I mentioned before, a very, very big matchup for us. You can take a look at the 2 pitching stars are right there, and we're going to look at the lineup thrown out there by manager Terry Francona, and the Indians are going to throw out Yunel Escobar, Kyle Seager, Oscar Tavares, Brandon Moss, Jesus Montero, Brandon Wells, Yasiel Puig, Aaron Hill, and Adam Rosales to round out the lineup. And for the Red Sox in the field, pretty normal lineup. Jason Giambi will DH instead of Chris Carter today. He gets a spot start, but basically Mitch Moreland and Chris Carter are going to platoon at that DH spot. Anyway, it would not be a great start for Brett Anderson to his Red Sox career. He's going to allow a 2-out double to Oscar Tavares off the top of the Green Monster. And actually, Tavares is going to try and round second, head for third. He'll get in there easily. So it ends up being a triple for Oscar Tavares with 2 outs. So the Indians with a great chance to get a run home right here. And with 2 outs still in the inning, Brandon Moss would be up next. Another lefty-lefty matchup. And Moss crushes this one to deep left field. The former Boston Red Sox top prospect who was traded in the Jason Bay deal, along with other top prospect Craig Hansen. He bites the Red Sox back, and he gets a 2-run home run over the Green Monster. Moss has had great success in his career when facing the Red Sox, especially in that late August, early September series against them last season, whilst he was on the Oakland Athletics. But anyway, here's Jason Kipnis getting on with an infield single in the bottom half of the first inning, so a 1-out base runner for the Boston Red Sox, and now Troy Tulowitzki's up. Kipnis is off for second, and he is in there safely, so the catcher was not able to throw him out. And the Red Sox get a runner in scoring position with just 1 out. A great opportunity to at least try to cut this lead in half. And Tulowitzki's going to try his hardest. He hits this to deep right field, but it looks like the right fielder, Yasiel Puig, is there. He will make the catch. Kipnis is tagging and heading for third, and he is in there. So it's going to end up being a runner on third for 2 outs for Evan Longoria in his first at-bat as a Red Sox, and he's going to end up hitting that back in between the 6-5 hole for a base hit. It's an RBI single for Longo as he looks to make the Red Sox happy that they made that trade, try to equal his production as what he was doing in New York. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. His first at-bat, he is going to strike out swinging on that cut fastball. So Hamels gets out of the inning, only allowing a run, gets through the Red Sox big 3-4-5, which looks like Tulo, Longo, and Stanton. Crazy right there. Bottom 4 here, Hamels is not going to have as much luck as he had the last time. Stanton crushes this to deep left field, and that is going to be Giancarlo Stanton's first home run as a member of the Boston Red Sox. A great sign for the Red Sox, looking like that trade is going to pay off. Stanton, a great young power hitter, one of the best, if not the best, young hitters in baseball. Insane power, both in the 90s. in terms of righties and lefties. But here, skipping ahead a little bit, Anderson's still on the mound. Yunel Escobar is going to get things started in this inning with a single down the right field line. We hold him at first, luckily, by a nice throw by Giancarlo Stanton, but Escobar gets on base either way. Still top 6 here. Oscar Taveras up with 1 out. Taveras lines this one down the left field line. That just stays inside the bag and stays fair. That will be fielded. Taveras holds up at first, and there's going to be runners on first and third with just 1 out for the meat of this Indians lineup. And next up for the Indians is going to be Brandon Moss. He killed us earlier. The 0-1 count to him, and Moss hits this one into right field for a base hit. That will score Yunel Escobar. Taveras moves up to second base, and the Indians take the lead 3-2 on Brandon Moss's RBI single. Now Jesus Montero is up next, and Montero crushes this to deep left field. That one is back at the track and over the green monster for a 3-run home run. So Jesus Montero doing damage, playing a little bit of wall ball, playing a little bit of over the wall ball as he hits this one out of the park. And Brett Anderson, who had pitched very well after that rough first inning, really blew up here in the 6th, and the Indians take a 4-run lead. So bottom 6 here, the 1-2 count to Longo, and Longo is going to be robbed by Yunel Escobar. A great play by the shortstop for the Cleveland Indians, and the Red Sox are just struggling to get base runners right here. Cole Hamels is pitching great, and his defense is doing even better. As you can see, really nice contact by Longo. Should have been a base hit, but Yunel Escobar with the web gem, just crazy play, and we just could not catch any breaks. Next up is going to be Giancarlo Stanton, the 2-1 count to him. And Stanton is going to crush this one to deep center field. That one is back at the track. Taveras is there, and Taveras makes the catch. So once again, just missing a base hit, just missing a home run. If Longo gets on and Stanton hits that about 5 feet further, that could have been a 2-run home run, and we could have cut the lead to 2. But instead, we're going to take a look at the 6th inning recap right here. 6-2 Indians on top. Moss of the big game. Giancarlo Stanton's had a decent game in his Red Sox debut. And Cole Hamels has pitched spectacularly so far. Dale Thayer is going to come in and pitch the 7th inning for the Boston Red Sox. He would do just fine in the 7th, but he is a middle reliever. He really isn't meant to go multiple innings, and I decided to try and stretch him out here. So top 8, Kyle Seager up. Seager hits that one into left field for a base hit. That will be fielded and fired on to second. But Kyle Seager is on with a leadoff single to start the top of the 8th inning. Dale Thayer being stretched out a little bit here. Will it pay off for the Red Sox trying to save the rest of our bullpen? Oscar Taveras up next, and Taveras hits this one to deep left field. That one is back, and that one will go over the green monster for a 2-run home run. Oscar Taveras making that move to keep Dale Thayer in the game look like a poor one. So manager John Thayer will have to reconsider. And look at Dale Thayer's crazy blonde hair. I never realized. I don't know if he actually has hair like that in real life, but skipping ahead here to the bottom of the 9th inning, Junichi Tozawa, the real-life Red Sox, will come in to pitch for the Cleveland Indians. He is not their usual closer, but it is a 6-run game, so obviously they're not going to use their real closer. And either way, Giancarlo Stanton is going to get on base here after Yunel Escobar misplays this ball. It was a tough play for him in the first place, and he just could not make the play. He's not a great defensive shortstop. He's decent, but Mitch Moreland would come on and pinch hit here for, I believe, Jason Giambi with 2 outs in the inning. And here's Moreland on the 0-1 count. Moreland takes this to deep left field, and do we have another home run? Yes, we do. Tons and tons of balls flying over into Lansdowne Street, just on the other side of the green monster and into the parking lot. So a great sign for Mitch Moreland coming off the bench. I decided to give Giambi the start today because he actually has better hitting ratings against lefties, and Moreland struggles against lefties at times. But Moreland, who has turned into a very nice first baseman for the Texas Rangers in real life, and as the scoreboard says, it's not over yet. We cut the lead to 4, and I'm really excited about acquiring Moreland. Like I said, he's just a good option off the bench. You can put him in the bottom of our order, and he'll be very solid down there. So later in the inning, Lorenzo Cain up the 1-0 count to him. Cain pops this one up to right field. Yasiel Puig is on the run, and he is going to make the catch. So the game ends. We lose 8-4. The Red Sox fall to the Cleveland Indians. We are currently about 6 games back of the New York Yankees, so we're closing in on them. Our slow start seems to have turned around as we are above 500 at 26-23 after this gameplay, I believe. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching, and before you go, let me know what you thought of the trades that I did make. I thought it kind of continued with the theme of acquiring guys who are either in their prime or about to enter their prime. Giancarlo Stanton, only 23 years old, but already looking like one of the best power hitters in baseball. Evan Longoria starting to enter his prime in a long-term contract that we will not have to worry about re-signing him for a while. And Brett Anderson, another pitcher about to enter his prime. Great southpaw to add to the rotation. So anyway, let me know what you think of those trades. Let me know what you think of adding Dan Straley and Mitch Moreland. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this video, so I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and Zoes, I'm out. Peace.